You know, I think it's safe to say we're all happy to finally put 2020 behind us. And we hope 2021 is your year. Happy New Year from all of us here at Championship Wrestling.
The following is a presentation of the United Wrestling Network.
Welcome, everyone, to week 2 of the big celebration of 500 episodes of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. TK Todd Keneley here along with David Marquez. What a first week it was, and the party continues as we celebrate the legacy of this great program. So many played such a big role in it. None more in the early days, perhaps, than Joe Franciosi, known beloved Joe Schmo, and we honor his legacy this week.
That's right. I understand it's a gimmick battle royal, and the ultimate gimmick of all of professional wrestling is Joe Franciosi, our very late friend Joe Schmo.
I can't wait. We're going to see some of the great characters from the history of Championship Wrestling, mixing it up. We don't know who's going to show up, but for sure it is going to be a character cavalcade, as you might like to say. The tag team titles on the line as well, and so much more. It's time to fight on.
You got it!
Everybody, and welcome to Championship Wrestling, presented by Pro Shingle. It's week 2 of our Blockbuster Spectacular. I am Dustin Starr, and thank you for joining me. First and foremost, happy 2021. We ended 2020 with a bang last week, and thank goodness 2020 is finally over. Last week, we crowned a new Heritage Champion. We saw the arrival of Jack Banning, and Nico Marquez and Jamie Iovine are now forced to sanction the Women's Division Championship. And this week, we are just as loaded. Today's main event is an absolute war between Ray Rosas and SoCal Distancing. We'll also have Reality of Wrestling Texas champion Will ALLDAY defend against EJ Sparks. And we even have a special attraction match, the Joe Schmo Memorial Gimmick Battle Royal, featuring classic characters from the 500 episodes from Hollywood. That one should be a lot of fun. You'll see some familiar faces, but then you'll also see some faces that are new to you. But don't worry, they're not new to the United Wrestling Network. Who knows? Maybe I'll enter. But first, the United World Tag Team titles are on the line. The BODEGA defend against 4 Minutes of Heat. Let's head to the ring.
Get set for our first action here on week 2 of the big celebration of the 500th episode of Championship Wrestling. Celebration so big it bleeds into another episode. 4 Minutes of Heat, coming off of a recent victory over the Friendship Farm, gets their shot at Tag Team Immortality. There you see the newly minted champions. What a wild scene it was, guys, when the BODEGA defeated SoCal Distancing. I mean, the locker room pretty much emptied in that thing. You got other members of SoCal Distancing were in play, as well as, Kevin Martinson out there. I mean, it was nuts.
It's about as chaotic as it gets, but at the end of the day, in the box score, we had new tag team champions in the BODEGA. And Danny Limelight sure seems to like how it looks around his waist, and Papo Esco, well, he likes holding it up.
No question about it. What a year it had been for Danny Limelight Rivera, capping it all off with winning tag team gold. Here to set the stage, Adnan Qureshi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. At a combined weight of 400 pounds, Rock God Ricky Gibson and Freak Nasty Eddie Pearl, 4 Minutes of Heat. And introducing the champions. At a combined weight of 481 pounds, they are the United World Tag Team Champions, the King Fat Boy, Papo Esco, and Danny Limelight Rivera, the Bodega.
Stage is set. Tag team titles on the line. Our very first contest. I got to ask you guys. I don't think the Bodega sweat too much or fear too many. But we saw what happened to the likes of Ray Rosas when his Heritage title was on the line. SoCal Distancing gets involved. Now Jordan Clearwater, the new champion. I mean, no shade on Clearwater for that. But the Bodega takes the titles from SoCal Distancing. Do you guys think that they have SoCal Distancing on their mind at all when they put the titles on the line here?
I think you would have to have them on your mind. I think any competitor that steps in that ring, because the amount of just chaos that SoCal Distancing has been creating, no one has been really spared.
It would be a huge mistake of the Bodega to be underestimating SoCal Distancing's revenge or desire to get those belts back.
Can't underestimate 4 minutes of heat either. They've been very impressive. 4 minutes heat, as I mentioned, coming off of a victory over the Friendship Farm. I don't think you're going to get a hair pull there on the Rock God. Papo Esco going for one of his old tricks. It didn't pay dividends there.
Yeah, maybe last year, but not this time. The well is empty, so to speak.
Something that surprised me was when they were talking about the weight for both these teams. The Bodega has a combined weight of 480 pounds. And 4 minutes of heat's only at 400 pounds, so man, that is a big difference.
That's I think about 99% Papo Esco there on that billing of the weight. Now, goes upstairs with the big left hand. I mean, they don't call him King Fat Boy for that.
Right, but it really goes to show how much bigger he is than these dudes and how hard it's going to be for them to push that big man around.
He's big, he's mean, and he is incredibly intimidating, is Papo Esco.
Oh, that's not going to get it done. Going for the arm drag, and I think there's a reason that Papo Esco started this thing. He knows that they don't have an answer for his power. You saw full head of steam by Ricky Gibson, runs into a wall in Esco, and sent right to the outside.
Something that gives the Bodega a huge advantage here is the big difference in Papo Esco and Danny Limelight. 4 minutes of heat need totally different game plans for each opponent. When the Bodega only needs one game plan for both guys in 4 minutes of heat because they're so similar.
Heat of 4 minutes heat, though, really is the double teaming. And perhaps if they can get a 2-on-1 situation on Esco, it'll be a different story. Tag made on both sides. We've got Freak Nasty Eddie Pearl checking in against Danny Limelight Rivera, perhaps one of the hottest talents in all of pro wrestling, guys, talking about Danny Limelight. Nice agility, though, by Pearl. Catches him with the drop kick. Nice arm drag. You see, to your point, the arm drag works on Limelight. It did not work on Esco.
That's exactly what I meant by needing different game plans for each of these opponents.
Swing and a miss for the chop. We've seen both these teams very successful on Primetime Live, on pay-per-view as well. Look out here into the sunset flip. Reversal. And now comes up with the roll-up.
Rivera just staying in constant motion until Eddie Pearl stopped him in his tracks.
And that was pretty nasty there, Blake, on that arm drag. He really got him caught on the shoulder there, and you'll recall that Danny Limelight separated that shoulder. It wasn't that long ago.
Well, now you see 4 minutes of heat playing that isolation game. The Bodega had it scouted in early going. I think that's why they started with Papo. They saw what happened to Friendship Farm. Cover. Danny Limelight able to just get that shoulder up. Cover again.
So Danny Limelight's definitely going to be the easier of the two to start tag teaming against. But the problem is, Danny's so hard to control that it's going to be easier for Danny to get back to the corner to get Papo in. But if Papo's in there getting beat down, it's going to be a lot harder for him to get out of the ring.
Rock God controlling the action right now. Tag team titles on the line. We'll be back right after this.
Need a quick roof repair, maybe 5, 10, 15 shingles?
Pro Shingle's new Speedy Shingle service is just what you need. It's quick, fast, and speedy.
They can help with even the smallest roofing repairs. Call Pro Shingle now, 901-258-6503.
Burger or grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese.
Burger.
I went with crispy tenders and the tots. This patty, really fresh. I'm gonna try to chow this thing down before I get to the wrapper. Sonic Wacky Pack.
Championship Wrestling joins forces with Grind City Designs to bring you the all-new Championship Wrestling Shop. all styles, all sizes, featuring the legends of classic Memphis wrestling. Pickup or delivery.
Last week on Championship Wrestling, it was part 1 of our Blockbuster Spectacular, and we crowned a new Heritage Champion thanks to the arrival of Jack Banning.
Oh, no. Is
That's Jack Banning.
Somebody's
got a psychopath in there. Get him out of the ring.
Levi Shapiro retained his United TV title, but he didn't do it alone.
Don't turn around, watch out. Duck. Oh, no. The lariat. And it's all over. Get Dan Joseph some help. He gave it everything he has, and how could it have been enough? Nobody could have had enough to do what he did, an incredible effort.
And in our main event, Heather Monroe and Austin Body won the biggest match in women's division history.
It's not a victory without some confetti. Let the party begin. And the Bad Bishinoku by the Killer Bay. The women's division is saved.
All that and so much more on the fastest hour in pro wrestling. Watch episode 91 in full at youtube.com/championship wrestling.
Welcome back, everyone. Tag team titles on the line. Week 2 of the 500th episode Spectacular. Danny Limelight pulling out all the stomps, you might say. Another big arm drag. Continue to attack that part of the body, Blake.
4 minutes of Heat's doing a fantastic job of staying attached to Danny Limelight so they can keep doing damage to him and not let him get an attempt to get back to his corner.
Drop down, flying knee. Great action there by 4 minutes of Heat. Looking to cash in and become the tag team champs. Of course, that match with the Friendship Farm earned them this opportunity. Talked about both teams on pay-per-view. I mean, 4 minutes Heat got a victory on Primetime Live over Beef Candy. You had the Bodega defeated the Real Money Brothers. I mean, there's been some wars.
These are definitely 2 of the top tag teams in the division.
Yeah, no question about it. And right now, the Bodega, in the catbird seat, the top dogs, as they are the champions. But frequent tags is the name of the game here. For 4 minutes of Heat, elevate Danny Limelight. He's in trouble here as Gibson goes for the cover.
Elevate and decimate. Danny Limelight cover again, but the look in Danny Limelight's eyes, I'm not sure he knows where he is. And again, 4 minutes of Heat staying attached to that shoulder of Limelight, maybe trying to separate it from him.
Giving him absolutely no space to get any type of room. No way he's getting back to Papo as long as they're staying attached to him.
Danny, don't let him do that to you, Papa. Come on, man.
They've been taking advantage of that old injury as well. So much to come here on week 2 of this big celebration. Hold on. Limelight looking for the roll-up. Too much power, but now look at the counter wrestling. Oh, pulls the ripcord, starts the lawnmower, and big shot right there into the buzzsaw kick. The Joe Franciosi Memorial Gimmick Battle Royal still to come as Danny Limelight goes for the cover. I mentioned that with David Marquez. What a character Joe Franciosi was. God rest his soul. He worked he had such a passion for the talent of championship wrestling from Hollywood. Was a creative force behind the scenes, helped launch so many great careers, people you're seeing on national television to this day. And we are going to see a cast of characters from over the years, guys. I can't wait to see you winners this thing.
We just saw Turnabout Fair Play, the Bodega using some tactics that 4 minutes of Heat have been known to employ as they are now isolating the Rock God. Papo dropping down.
4 minutes of Heat getting a little taste of their own medicine. Oh, pin attempt by Papo. Kick out at the 2 count. But 4 minutes of Heat's getting a little taste of their own medicine. They've been putting it on Danny Limelight for the majority of the match. But now you got the rock god Ricky Gibson in there getting beat down by Papo.
I'll tell you what, Blake. Every time you see Papo Esco drop that huge dome on somebody, that wicked headbutt, I bet you're happy the headbutts are illegal in the MMA cage.
Man, that guy's got a head like a bowling ball. I would not want that thing dropping anywhere near me. I wouldn't even really want to punch that thing.
Yeah, he hits you. He'll pick up the 7-10 split. He might split you wide open as well. Big clothesline by the big man going to work.
So one thing 4 minutes of heat does really well, I'd like to see the Bodega do better, is keeping Brock out. See, he just walked back to the corner. Exactly that. Keeping much better ring position.
Danny Limelight now. Outside, inside, tope con hero elevated by Papo. And you can see the swagger there. You see a lot of it right there by Danny Limelight. He had lost a little bit of that. He had a time limit draw with Slice Boogie. He had a loss to BHK on pay-per-view. You know, a couple losses actually to BHK, and he'd kind of lost some of that momentum. Papo takes him under his wing. They come together as the Bodega. And, I mean, you've seen that the career of Limelight has skyrocketed.
Absolutely. He has a new swagger in his step. The entire Bodega tag team, they've just got it going on.
I mean, he does have that swagger. He's got that sort of that confidence about him, even in a singles match. But again, when you look at, do they really need to resort to these tactics, though? Is that really the way that Limelight is going to be employing for success?
Oh, it's success right now. There's the street sweeper after the corner store in the corner. I get it, but you know, when you're the tag team champions and you're trying to hold on to the gold, and it's so competitive, the tag team division, your first defense. You don't want that it took so long to get here and win that title. You don't want it to be short-lived. They may bend the rules, if not outright break them from time to time, but they're tough. What do you expect from two guys from the Bodega?
It almost seems like you need to cheat in the tag team division to have a chance, because the guys at the top, like SoCal Distancing, are going to cheat every way and any way that they can.
I think maybe that was what Limelight sort of hit upon, was that, you know what, if everybody else is going to do it, I'm going to do it too, and I'm going to do it better than anybody else. And that's why he brought in Papo. Bald Bull just smashing into Ricky Gibson.
I think something else that's important to note is the intimidation factor in knowing that guys will go get grimy inside the ring. And that's one thing that Papo has a ton of, is intimidation factor.
That's a great point. I mean, you just got to... I'd love to see the look on either Eddie Pearl or Ricky Gibson's face every time the big man makes the tag in. You know you got your work cut out for you. Oh, nice athleticism there. He's got the big man rocking and reeling, does Gibson. Tag made to Freak Nasty. Pace quickens, and that could favor 4 minutes of heat as long as Papo's in there.
Yeah, as long as it's Papo Esco, I think this brisk pace will certainly favor 4 minutes of heat. But right now, they're taking it to Danny Limelight. Back body drop sends Limelight to the outside. Now you got to deal with the big guy.
Wow, what a solo by Freak Nasty, dividing, conquering here. Out the back door. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Don't tell me. Can they do this? Can they execute it on the big man? Time will tell. Oh, they're going to have to channel Ozzy himself if they want to hit this. They were looking for the backstabeth.
Just a little out of tune, I think.
Here we go. There it is.
Wow.
And the champs better be paranoid now, because their titles might be out the window in their first defense. And Limelight makes the split-second save.
Man, we have seen Papo save Danny Limelight several times from pins. That's the first time we've seen Danny get in there and save Papo. It's the first time we've probably seen Papo this hurt.
I think that's one of the most brutal shots we've seen Papo Esco take. He is still rocked in the corner there. Now Limelight getting it on the other side of the ring. Bodega in a bad way. Limelight, though, trying to fight his way out of it.
Yeah. Papo never met a corner he didn't like to fight his way out of. And now you got to look out for Danny Limelight. Double stomp. And Gibson all the way to the unforgiving floor of the Ocean View Pavilion. Back inside. Another attempt to get this big man off his feet. Not going to happen. Little extra leverage.
And that's all it takes.
Here are your winners, and still United World Tag Team Champions, the Bodega.
Wow, what a competitive matchup. 4 minutes of heat really brought the heat, but the Bodega successful in their first title defense of the United Tag Team titles. More action.
Welcome back. The Bodega are on a roll, and still your United World Tag Team Champions. And if you missed it, go back and listen to my interview with Papo Esco on the Championship Wrestling Podcast. They don't plan on losing those titles anytime soon. When we come back, former 3-time Arizona State champion EJ Sparks goes one-on-one with the current Reality of Wrestling Texas champion, Will ALLDAY. This will be good. Don't go away. Choosing Pro Shingle is like picking the perfect tag team partner, right, Dave?
You got that right. It's simple and easy. They'll even file your insurance claim for you.
Give them a call. Tell them Dave and Dustin sent you.
901-258-6503.
The Championship Wrestling Podcast is all new every Monday at high noon. Hosted by Dustin Starr. We'll recap all the action, look ahead at what's next, answer your questions, plus insights on the latest news. It's the Championship Wrestling Podcast on ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com and your favorite podcast providers.
I feel like I'm the good kind of spicy. It means you got an edge. I got an edge.
It means you've got some umph, and I got some umph.
I don't know about your umph, but impatience doesn't equal spicy.
Sonic Chicken Slinger.
Is it a good umph or a bad umph?
That suits you. We really suit you.
The following contest is co-sanctioned by the United Wrestling Network and Reality of Wrestling and is for the Reality of Wrestling Texas Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 170 pounds, Phoenix's favorite son, EJ Sparks.
Another title opportunity for Phoenix's favorite son, EJ Sparks, and I think richly deserved because he has come so close within an eyelash of winning numerous titles in recent action.
And introducing his opponent from Houston, Texas, he is the Reality of Wrestling Texas champion, the main event, all damn day, Will ALLDAY.
Will ALLDAY, we've seen him in recent action, but now he will, hold on.
Nice.
Oh, no. He didn't get the fist bump, but he did get it right.
A near seal of approval, dare I say, from Will ALLDAY.
Yeah, well, Will ALLDAY is going to need more than a near title defense here against EJ Sparks. Putting the Reality of Wrestling Texas Championship on the line.
Well, to your point, EJ Sparks, you know, he had Levi Shapiro dead to rights for that television championship. So he's had lots of gold opportunities. Just some bad luck, it seems like, is coming his way.
Hey, come on, what are you doing?
What the hell?
Start the match. Whoa, what are you doing? Start the match.
Caught him with the title. The bell hadn't sounded, guys, so this thing, there can't be this.
EJ looks out.
He is completely out.
That was unreal. This professional wrestling is a crazy business. You have to keep your eyes on your back at all times.
Look at how Will ALLDAY looks pretty proud of himself.
Get up.
Well, he took a shot.
Due diligence, I'll get the hell out of here.
You hear him there. He said, if he can't get up, then there's no match, and I'll get out of here. Telling the referee to do his due diligence. You kidding me?
If the match hasn't started, is this a no contest or a count-out loss or a disqualification or what?
It would technically be a no contest. I mean, the match never started. The bell never sounded.
Do yourself a favor and stay down.
But, I mean, really hedging his bets is Will ALLDAY in a big way. And EJ now starting to stir.
He is seeing stars, though, is
Definitely
EJ
hurt.
Sparks.
You can see his equilibrium's off. He's stumbling around. He's losing his balance. He's definitely very hurt still.
Now, throwing the jacket, the ring gear at EJ Sparks. I mean, a disgusting display here by the Texas champion of Reality of
Look at the
Wrestling.
fortitude, though, of EJ Sparks to crawl back into that ring.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And now the referee checking with him. You know, he's going to have to show that he can get to his feet. He's going to have to affirm that he can go.
Yeah, if this match is going to continue, EJ Sparks is starting at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, ALLDAY already measuring him with Sparks in the corner.
He nodded. He's saying, I can go. Bell sounds, and here we go. But, I mean, one hell of a handicap by Will ALLDAY. He caught him flush. EJ Sparks couldn't have even seen what hit him, and now follows up with the forearm.
Yeah. Will ALLDAY smells blood.
It's going to be
water.
it. No. EJ Sparks finding a way, but gosh, guys, I mean, what a start to this thing.
not in the spirit of any type of competition. Will Allday just lambasting EJ Sparks before this match getting going. EJ with the ultimate uphill battle to face here right now.
I'll be honest, Will Allday surprised me. He came out, smile on his face, was happy with his introduction, jumped in the ring, looking excited, and then out of nowhere just clocks EJ Sparks from behind with the belt.
Yeah, gotta believe that was a sucker play all along, with Allday now just toying with Phoenix's favorite son.
And right now, I mean, the striking of EJ looked like it was in slow motion, but certainly not that big shot by Will Allday. And into the cover, looking to successfully retain, if you can call it that. I would use the term extremely loosely, given what's happened so far.
Gosh.
After some of the ways I've seen titles change hands here at the United Wrestling Network, though, like with Jordan Clearwater, it's unreal some of the ways that some of these guys are losing their belts, man.
It's a great point. I mean, across the board, how wild and unpredictable has championship action been as of late?
Yeah, anything can happen, and Will Allday is just really taking it to EJ Sparks, but showing a little bit of fight, but as soon as he takes one step forward, cover should be all.
And it seems like with every shot, James, that EJ goes right back to being almost knocked out cold here.
Yeah, he still looks just incredibly dazed. I admire his wherewithal, his determination to even just continue on with this bout. But if he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all.
I was going to say, his life bar started out in the match almost at extremely low, so it just keeps going down.
Yeah, I know he was allowed to compete. He was able to show intelligently that he was ready to go. But I don't know. If he had been looked at by medical staff, perhaps, I'm not sure that this match would have ever started after that, just disgusting attack.
I agree with you. This does say a lot about EJ Sparks' character and the heart and spirit of a warrior that he has.
Again, the Texas Championship of Reality of Wrestling on the line here. And we'll see if Sparks now trying to fire back. Does so, question mark kick, but it's desperation. It's one and done. It's one shot, and he's right back down to the canvas.
But that might be what he needs to buy himself just enough time to get some recovery in.
Creating some distance, giving himself a reprieve. This is, buying just valuable time for him to get his equilibrium back, get his bearings. He hasn't had that opportunity.
Gives him a little bit of a breather, but even after that question mark kick, you can see that the champion, after eating that strike, is actually getting back up to his feet again because of the residual damage, extracurricular, before the bell ever sounded. Now he's getting a little, he's beating him to the punch now as EJ Sparks. Now we're seeing that pinpoint precision in his striking. And here we go, big cutter by Sparks. He usually likes that as a setup for the spark out. Elects to go for the cover instead and almost puts him away.
Beautiful barrage of attacks there by EJ Sparks, which all started with that big counter kick that he landed on Will Allday. Will got a little bit emotional, rushed out, and then EJ Sparks was able to take advantage of him getting overzealous.
Buying time, paying dividends. Big shot in the corner. EJ Sparks now, against all odds, is in control of this matchup.
Oh! And the pivot on those foot. He's generating a ton of force in those kicks.
And now look at this, begging off. Yeah. Will Allday was begging off.
Oh, tremendous shot.
Yeah, what a flying knee by the challenger. Oh, the sweet kiss goodnight into the German suplex with the bridge, and the champion defends the title.
Here is your winner, and still Reality of Wrestling Texas champion, Will Allday.
But the problem was, James, what a pit EJ Sparks had to climb out of.
Yeah, that's right. He was fighting uphill. Oh, well, we got another official coming out here. What's going on?
We've got the two officials conferring with one another here.
Out of your damn mind.
One official is raising the hand of EJ Sparks. Let's take a look to see maybe what's going on here. Okay, here, let's take a look now. There's the suplex and Blake's shoulders.
You can see Will Allday's shoulders are down on the mat. Both their shoulders are down on the mat.
His shoulders were down.
I think EJ Sparks won this matchup.
I thought that Will Allday had the bridge. Blake, you're telling me that the shoulders were still there. Now we got more officials coming out.
It looks like both guys' shoulders are down in the replay to me. Will's shoulders are clearly down.
I think EJ had it.
I don't think EJ got the shoulder up though. He ate that suplex. He was down. I think maybe.
You're out of your damn mind.
Maybe Blake is right here, and we got.
Ladies and gentlemen, both competitors' shoulders were down at the same time. Thus, this match is a no contest.
And that's good. And now he's all fired up as the champion, but
I didn't know Adnan could move that fast.
I don't know why he's mad at Adnan. Adnan's been getting the short end of the stick with Will all day lately.
But the case in point here is, even with that, he's still the reality of wrestling.
Give me the rematch. Take my money right now. Welcome back. We've never seen that before on the program. Both men have their shoulders pinned to the mat at the same time. Jamie, Nico, whoever, sign this rematch. We've got to see it. Up next, we're going to have a little bit of fun. The Joe Schmo Memorial Gimmick Battle Royal is up next. And don't forget about our big main event. It's war. Stay with us. Join us right now for the live chat on youtube.com/Championship Wrestling. Wrestling Trivia returns to Sidecar Cafe on Monday, January 4th at 7 p.m.
Don't forget, it's free to play.
It's free to play.
And if you register now at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com, you'll get a free appetizer.
That's exactly what I was just about to say.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're taking it a little too far. Shout out to our old buddy BT. He loves his mama and he loves pro wrestling.
New podcast each week. Tell somebody. stspod.club.
This portion of Championship Wrestling is brought to you by Platinum Jewelers. Start 2021 by making her dreams come true. Shop where I shop. Shop at Platinum Jewelers.
What's up, Memphis? This is Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies, encouraging you all to shop where I shop. Platinum Jewelers here in Memphis. 545 Perkins Extended in East Memphis. The other is 9387 Poplar next to Fresh Market in Germantown. Go to my spot, Platinum Jewelers.
Welcome back, everyone. Get ready for a cavalcade of characters in the Joseph Franciosi Memorial Gimmick Battle Royal. It's coming up right now.
Introducing the competitors, Piranha Canrana,
Looking to hit one out of the park.
Ryan Morals,
We're going to see some interesting characters here, guys.
Jody Sutton.
I don't think Sutton's going to make it in the ring, let alone get eliminated.
The Hobo.
How about this? The Hobo's back. He's been riding the rails in the boxcar.
The Party Captain, Guy Cool.
Oh, I know Blake likes this guy.
I'm a fan of Guy Cool.
The American Kaiju, Devin Sparks.
Oh, man, but where's Ichi and Nee?
Mike Camden.
Oh, we're getting the whole hog tonight in this Battle Royal.
Camden can toss some people. What in the world?
Chaos.
Oh, straight out of Kathmandu, Voodoo Chaos is back.
James Main Event Morgan.
James Morgan, former television champion a couple times over. Incredible.
Mikey O'Shea.
We got some serious faces coming out here.
Oh, a couple big boys here in this
Sweet
Battle Royal.
Robin Shaw.
This ring filling up.
Dr. Phil Good.
You know who's winning this? You know.
It's just starting to be a ring full of heavyweights in here.
Dr. Phil Good.
Yeah.
Killer Kevin Condren.
Oh, boy. Been a long time since we've seen Killer Condren. This guy stirred up all kinds of nonsense.
And representing the Paralegals, Mr. Classic.
Mr. Classic out of Championship Wrestling from Arizona, sent here by Celino Barnes, attorney at law.
Mr. Classic Esquire, I believe, but oh my goodness, look at
Hopefully
everybody filling up that ring.
Hopefully that was a personal injury lawyer that sent him here, because he is walking into a dangerous place.
I mean, look at how colorful this cast of characters is, guys. And again, the namesake, Joseph Franciosi, was a big-time part of the creative team. And he's definitely smiling down. Wait a minute, what do we got going on here? What, 4 minutes of heat. We already saw them on this episode. They lost their opportunity with the Bodega.
You can't have a Gimmick Battle Royal without the hottest tag team in the pro wrestling history.
Well, they lost their shot at the gold, but I guess going to take another opportunity, or maybe, they could team up in there, guys, and there is a whole lot of humanity in the ring.
Oh, man, you got to wonder if they reinforce this ring, there's got to be thousands of pounds worth of muscle flying around in there.
There's some great athletes in there. James Morgan had wars with Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, and just a heated rivalry with Bateman over the United Television Championship. He's in there with Ryan Morals. Old feuds might rekindle here. Jody Sutton, who I don't think he has any idea where he is.
4 minutes of heat, though. You got to figure that a tag team, in the early going, they can team up and sort of skew it in their favor. Maybe in the pole position to win this battle royal and turn a bad day into a good one here. But this is just chaos so far.
No, don't say chaos too loud. You got voodoo chaos in there. He might cast some voodoo on you.
Lord knows I got enough bad luck as it is.
Man, there's so much wild stuff going on inside that ring. I got to give the advantage of 4 minutes of heat because they're able to watch each other's back. You can see them teaming up, and they're trying to get Sweet Robin Shaw over the top. They might get him out of there.
Keller Kevin Condren taking out Mr. Classic. I think Sweet Robin Shaw, the big man, out of there as well.
A little surprising to see a guy that big go out so early.
Out here, Guy Cool in trouble, hanging on. Again, guys, both feet have to touch.
You see Guy Cool back there just wrapped up on the bottom rope.
My gosh, eliminations, hot and heavy. O'Shea just took out the Rock God. Voodoo Chaos is out of there. We're just trying to keep up with this Rising Sun Stunner by the American Kaiju. Devin Sparks, the former television champion. James Morgan taking people out.
This is insane. At least things are a little bit more. There's some free space inside there. Wow, there goes Guy Cool.
Guys, another Rising Sun Stunner there by Devin Sparks. Man, that is paying dividends. He's been killing it in Japan.
The American Kaiju looks like he is going to be the winner of this battle royal with what he's doing so far. He's looking good.
But how about the Hobo, guys? We haven't seen this character in quite some time. He's a former Heritage champion and former tag team champion, and the Boxcar Superstar is looking good.
He just tossed Mikey O'Shea over the top rope. Wow, this has been a scrap.
Oh, Piranha Conrana, he's going to head back to the reef.
So we got the last 4 dudes hanging in there. Let's see who's going to get out next.
Down to our final 4. You got Killer Kevin Condren, the Hobo, James Morgan, and the American Kaiju. Joe Franciosi was on the big part of the creative force here in the early days of championship wrestling. What a character. Went on to become a writer in WWE. And fun fact, he could remove one of his eyes.
Well, I think he'd be very proud of what has gone on here. This is a terrific battle royal. My money's on the American Kaiju right now. He's had it going on.
He's just hitting some big shots in the corner by Morgan, though.
He's been serving up stunners, has Devin Sparks. And now you got Hobo. Look out here. That train coming down the tracks. Oh, I love it.
Kaiju looks like he might be going out over the top now.
That's my pick. Come on, Devin.
Oh, Hobo just eliminated Killer Kevin Condren, and now the American Kaiju hanging on for dear life. Oh, look at this. Street Preacher. Street Preacher by the Hobo. Takes out the former champ.
Hobo returning with a vengeance right now. Oh, Devin Sparks, though, maybe going to eliminate the Hobo here. They are both teetering on the apron.
Precarious position. And I'm just testing my history knowledge here. Pulling out the Street Preacher just like the Hobo did. Oh, he got tripped up and he's down to the outside. American Kaiju, man, he's been racking up the victims here, guys, trying to take Morgan outside with the suplex.
This is a dangerous place for him to be, though. He's playing a very dangerous game by staying on the apron right now.
Here we go. He's got that crossface chicken wing in, and he's out. Yes. Wow.
Here is your winner, James Main Event Morgan.
Is there a doctor in the house? Indeed, there is. Former television champion James Morgan back to his winning ways, guys. What a history.
Welcome back. Piranha Conrana made his return to championship wrestling. Also, the first time we've ever seen Robert Baines portraying his old character, the Hobo, on this program. And if you aren't familiar with the winner, James Morgan, look him up. He's a former United TV champion. When we come back, our main event is a match we've been waiting to see since the restart just a few months back. SoCal Distancing and Ray Rosas, they're ready for war. It's anything goes. Stay with us.
That suits you. We really suit you.
Burger or grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese.
Burger.
I went with crispy tenders and the tots. This patty, really fresh. I'm gonna try to chow this thing down before I get to the wrapper. Sonic Wacky Pack.
Pro Shingle has a deal for you. For the next 14 days, Pro Shingle will pay your insurance deductible up to $1,000 on a complete roof replacement. It's the simple choice. Go to ProShingle.com or call 901-258-6503.
The following contest is an unsanctioned match. Introducing first, the team of Dom Kubrick, Miguel, and the last of a dying breed, Andy Brown, SoCal Distancing.
Unsanctioned match and SoCal Distancing seem to go hand in hand when you think of their actions, guys. The hell that they've put Ray Rosas through, costing him the Heritage title, and now anything goes in this main event as we cap off a 2-week celebration of the 500th episode of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
SoCal Distancing. SoCal Distancing. It's time for Ray Rosas to get a little up close and personal with you. Believe me, I've been waiting for this for such a long time. Such a long time. But here I am, by myself. Kind of backfired on me when I was such a miserable person to a lot of people. Not a lot of people were lining up to be my tag team partners. As a matter of fact, there wasn't a person on this single planet that was going to team with me. Luckily for me, I was able to find someone off-world.
Who's it gonna be, guys? Rose is basically saying that his past transgressions cost him will talk. Yeah, he's from a different planet, all right. Kevin Martinson, PHK, takes to the air.
I gotta say, I'm a little happy to see SoCal Distancing the ones getting surprised from behind.
Boy, we saw Martinson was instrumental as well when SoCal Distancing, and this again is unsanctioned. Ray Rosas using the Arizona State title on the side of Miguel. And Martinson was instrumental in SoCal Distancing losing those tag team titles to the Bodega in a wild scene. And Ray Rosas as well after Ray ringing the bell of the big man.
God.
Man, that bell is going to be a dangerous weapon in there. I'm going to imagine that this no disqualification match is in huge favor for SoCal Distancing. Not only do they have the numbers, but the tactics.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that, Blake. Is that coming into this, I already felt like SoCal Distancing was, sort of this environment definitely favors them. But yeah, 3-on-2.
It's almost was 4.5-on-2 when you got Miguel out there. But you'll recall, though, in that Heritage title defense of Ray Rosas against Clearwater, Rosas was dividing and conquering by himself there momentarily. He's got some backup here in Martinson, but will it be enough? Right now, Martinson and Rosas in trouble.
Well, the thing you have to worry about, too, with SoCal Distancing is it seems like they always have another card to play, another face to reveal, another member of their ranks.
Yeah, when guys are facing multiple attackers like this, they need to continue to use their movement. If they get stuck in one spot, they're just going to stand there and get ambushed.
Oh, big shot there now by Miguel. And, again, someone who has been conspicuous by his absence for SoCal Distancing has been Adrian Quest. Was he taken out, perhaps? Did Rosas or somebody get to him? And on the flip side, Watts, guys, has not been seen for quite some time.
Or did SoCal Distancing turn on Adrian Quest? I mean, we don't know what these guys are up to.
Tigers eat their young. I mean, that's a good point. But we saw what they did with Rosas. But Watts has been a non-factor as well. We don't know if it was some sort of redemption for what Watts has done.
Martinson's got something there.
What did he hit him with, guys?
It's the old television title. I mean, why not here on our 500th episode celebration thing? Scorpio Sky held that title for many a title defense back in the day, and so did Kevin Martinson, for that matter.
SoCal distancing doomed to repeat a little bit of history there, courtesy of Kevin Martinson.
You got Miguel and Dom Kubrick over here working on Ray, but I don't think they've realized that Andy Brown is in a bad spot over here with Kevin Martinson.
Again, guys, just to reiterate, no rules in this thing, completely unsanctioned. United Wrestling Network washing their hands over what might take place, taking no responsibility. The official really taking a risk being out there as well. And we got Rosas going after something, presumably. Look out here. Kubrick eats nothing but ramp.
Whoa, Ray's back with a chair.
This thing is just breaking down all over the place. Chaos right from the jump.
And that might be the equalizer they needed, guys. And look at this now. BHK trying to muscle up those steps. I mean, those things weigh it. Look at, I mean, we know how powerful Martinson is. It's taken every muscle in his body to get those steps up. Oh, and right into the head of Miguel. The big man is out cold.
Those are some steel stairs. Wow, he might be bleeding down there.
And I think he caught the head of Miguel. He caught the hand, I think, of Andy Brown.
Martinson using it as a launch pad there, and
Andy Brown caught him with a fantastic counter as Martinson came flying through the air.
And again, guys, completely unsanctioned. I do believe, though, that you have to win the match in the ring, as far as I can tell.
Adnan's right in the middle of the storm down there. He needs to be careful.
I'm not sure if winning a match in the ring is the priority of any of these guys right now. They're just looking to beat one another to a pulp.
Double underhook here by Kubrick, who was a member of the tag team champions at one point. And now Miguel catching Kubrick. How about that? 2 for the price of 1, guys.
Yeah, I bet Ray's feeling good about that one. He's starting to land some shots on his former friends. Holy cow, is that a ladder?
I do believe it is, and at the hands of Andy Brown. He's a lethal striker on his own, but you put a weapon in his hands, it's going to be big-time trouble.
He's got devilish intentions with that ladder, though. Look how it is set up.
Man, if people think mixed martial arts is a wild sport, this is crazy. This is madness right now.
It sure is. Basement dropkick. I can't believe Miguel is back on his feet after eating those steps on the outside. There was a chair in the corner. Total bedlam. Total chaos here. His 500th episode celebration. Falcon arrow by the big man.
Yeah, we made it 500 episodes. I'm not sure if this continues on that we'll make it to 501 with the amount of destruction that is going on in and outside of the ring as Kubrick comes down.
Oh, he had the hammer in his hand there.
With a hammer.
My God, he could break your jaw in an instant with that. We got to take a break.
Hey Memphis, it's important to do your part to help limit the spread of COVID-19.
Which means wear a mask.
Not that kind of mask, this kind of mask, and the right way over your nose and mouth.
Do your part to flatten the curve.
The Championship Wrestling Podcast is all new every Monday at high noon. Hosted by Dustin Starr. We'll recap all the action, look ahead at what's next, answer your questions, plus insights on the latest news. It's the Championship Wrestling Podcast on ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com and your favorite podcast providers.
Wrestling Trivia returns to Sidecar Cafe on Monday, January 4th at 7 p.m.
Don't forget, it's free to play.
It's free to play.
And if you register now at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com, you'll get a free appetizer.
That's exactly what I was just about to say.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're taking it a little too far. This portion of Championship Wrestling is brought to you by Platinum Jewelers. Start 2021 by making her dreams come true. Shop where I shop. Shop at Platinum Jewelers.
What's up, Memphis? This is Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies, encouraging you all to shop where I shop. Platinum Jewelers here in Memphis. 545 Perkins Extended in East Memphis. The other is 9387 Poplar next to Fresh Market in Germantown. Go to my spot, Platinum Jewelers.
Welcome back. The chaos has not diminished one iota. Main event unsanctioned. SoCal distancing against Ray Rosas. And the one man that would come to his aid, Kevin Martinson, who's paying for his loyalty right now. But look at the big man rocking and rolling.
Man, this has been nothing short of a bar fight. This is insane.
Martinson, I think, caught the big guy with the title again on the way in. And, I mean, anything goes. Come as you are. All weapons legal. Oh, he's got the hand tied up there in that corner turnbuckle, guys, in the metal.
He's trying to break his fingers.
And now powerbomb by Rosas out of nowhere. And then now Miguel putting his hands on the official. And sadly, it's legal, guys.
Yeah, like we said earlier, I mean, the referee has to hold harmless here. But look at Ray Rosas putting the ladder on Kevin Martinson.
Doing his best Terry Funk impression here. Uh-oh.
Watch out!
Martinson taking it to the extreme.
Tornado of souls. Unbelievable.
TK, this is insane. This is insane.
A calamity of humanity with a ladder wrapped around the head of Kevin Martinson.
A calamity ever so great when cranium and ladder meet, and it wasn't by mistake. Incredible. And now, again, they've nullified the numbers game, guys. Right now, this is where you got to take advantage and go for the win. But I think right now, Rosas is having some fun.
You know, sometimes in life it's about more than picking up the W. Ray Rosas wants to punish SoCal Distancing for everything that they've done, all the harm they've caused, all the pain, and he is giving it back to him tenfold right now.
This is 100% a personal beef for Ray Rosas. There's no big thing to come out of this win. He doesn't win a title. It's nothing but pure revenge that he gets.
Again, they cost him the Heritage title against Jordan Clearwater, did SoCal Distancing. Quite frankly, they cost him another shot because if you'll remember, Rosas had the PP3 Cup. They threw it in the Pacific Ocean. Rosas could get another shot if he still had it. And now where in the world did Kevin Martinson go? Throwing a trash can. Oh, my God, a backdrop onto the ladder. And regaining control now, at least for the moment. Andy Brown. You got Martinson out there with a kendo stick.
I don't know if Andy Brown sees it. He didn't. Martinson able to take advantage, but there's the numbers games. Dom Kubrick catching Kevin Martinson.
That was actually really smart of Andy Brown to try and come up on Kevin Martinson from behind while he had the kendo stick. I would not want to come head on with a guy swinging that big kendo stick. Look at Dominic Kubrick landing those shots. Wow.
Kubrick laying in here on Martinson, who continues to pay the price. And just when it looked like Rosas and Martinson had things going their way, it gets taken away. It's just these odds too great to overcome, I think.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, we haven't seen Ray Rosas, hasn't been the same since taking that back body drop on the ladder. Martinson in a bad way as well, and now it is all SoCal Distancing. They are directing traffic, really taking control in this chaotic environment.
There's just a variety of weapons laying around that ring that SoCal Distancing had.
No. Oh, my God! They had the ladder across the neck, the sickening chair shot, and look at the mangled body of BHK.
Miguel calling out for one more. They are paying Martinson back for the damage he did with that ladder earlier, and Andy Brown is not done. Miguel says one more.
Listen, I know anything goes, but come on, step in there. Stop this, somebody. Martinson's been here since day one. What a decorated career. I don't want to see it come to an end, and now that title.
They're making Ray Rosas watch the destruction of Kevin Martinson. And can only believe that it's Rosas' turn next to be picked apart.
Absolutely sadistic and sickening.
It's enough. Get him right there. Yeah.
When's enough, Blake?
Man, this is beyond anything that I've ever seen.
Oh my God, rolls through. Concussion on delivery. And it's never been more literal than in this matchup, guys. And it's going to be over, but no, Rosas makes the save. Smart move.
Sometimes you got to dare to be stupid to keep the match going. I get your point, though, TK. It might have been discretion, the better part of valor, to just let this one end. but that's not Ray Rosa's MO in this matchup.
But this might be one of Ray's only chances to put his hands on SoCal distancing. He has been struggling to find these guys. He doesn't even know who most of them are. We don't even know who most of them are.
Right now, they're the ones putting their hands on Martinson and Ray Rosas, and this is all sorts of
Don't tell me. He loves that package pile driver. Countered, though, by Martinson. Backdrop, and now cannonball. Nobody home. That was a big shot across the bow. Outside, inside. Kicked by Martinson. They keep coming back, guys.
Martinson, though, still seeing stars. Every move that he makes grabs for his head. Ray Rosas, though, trying to figure out who to attack next.
They need to continue to put it on Dominic Kubrick and then try and stop anybody that tries to get in the ring.
Suicide dive to the outside by Rosas. That's what you got to do. You got to eliminate some of the factors. You know, get it down to maybe a 2-on-1 situation the other way. Even the odds are get the advantage. Look out here. Uh-oh, little smash and dash coming. Yeah, that was a fixture of PP Ray back in the day. Here's the cover. Can you put him away? Oh my God, how close was that guy?
That was a beautiful roll-up out of the corner. Quick transition by Ray Rosas, looking for the finish.
I think Ray Rosas and Kevin Martinson both thought they had it there. That is as close as they come, but they have to go back to the well. They need to pull something else out to finish it off.
And now perhaps they might be looking for weapons-grade polonium. A fixture from the Rock Nest Monsters. These are two of the most decorated tag team wrestlers. Here we go. Weapons-grade polonium. They've gone to war with each other. Now they're fighting side by side.
I think it's good they've gone to war with each other. They kind of know what each other like to do, so they're able to work together as a team, as opposed to not knowing anything about each other.
Celebrating 500 episodes, and they are pulling out a lot of history to find success against SoCal distancing, but maybe all for naught right now in the middle with that chair.
I agree with you, James. It might be too little too late if Andy Brown can hit this. But there we go. Version of the Adios Amigos. Little Death Valley driver as well. They're on the chair.
Ray Rosas has something else in mind, though. He's got that ladder. What is he planning?
We know he likes that elbow off the top.
Guys, 500 episodes, 10 years, and this is the wildest, damnedest battle that we've ever seen. Oh, you got to be a madman. Method to the madness. The elbow from the ladder into the cover. He does it.
Wow. Wow, that was fun to watch.
Here are your winners, Kevin Martinson and Ray Rosas.
What an effort, digging down deep, never say die, found a way. Let's take a look back at the action. Two of the greatest tag team wrestlers in the history, combining their forces, the weapons-grade polonium, a fixture from the Rock Nest Monsters, then from the heavens, sends SoCal distancing straight to hell.
Elevation sensation, and like I said, this was just calamity of humanity, but Martinson and Rosas prevailing over SoCal distancing.
Man,
Incredible.
that win has got to feel good for Ray Rosas.
Rosas was out here for revenge, said he found the only backup he could find. He had to go out of this.
Just when you think it can't get any crazier, that main event happens. What a match! What a blockbuster spectacular! So much has happened in the last 2 weeks. We crowned a new Heritage Champion. The Bodega reigns supreme. We will finally crown a Women's Champion, and Ray Rosas gets his retribution, and so much more. Now, maybe Ray can put SoCal distancing in the rearview mirror. Finally. Wrestling fans, we're all out of time. Once again, congratulations to our pal David Marquez and the crew on their 500th episode. Our 100th is not too far away. I can't wait. Join me on Monday for our very first wrestling trivia of the new year at Sidecar Cafe. 7 p.m. bell time. Bring your team, and somebody please beat Team Canada. Then you can join us next Saturday on the fastest hour in pro wrestling. I am Dustin Starr, saying so long, everybody.